It's Dr. Dwain Woode, and I am about to start my fast here, and I have my last meal that I'm going to eat before the fast. As you know, we do a 72-hour fast as part of our Limitless Living Health Action Plan. It's one of the components, and I do a fast once a week. And so here I am. My fast is 72 hours, and I invite everybody to join me. There are people who join me for each phase of it. So starting today, 24 hours into tomorrow, and then starting tomorrow into the next day, and so forth. So I recommend that everybody is able to fast, unless there's a medical reason why they cannot. Everyone is able to fast for at least one 24-hour period once a week. Now, our metabolism is what is at the heart of so many of our chronic illnesses, chronic diseases, things like diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, fatty liver, obesity, even coronary artery disease. As people are predisposed to some of the other issues that they see, then that ultimately leads to heart disease and some of the other downstream things. And so one of the things that we can do in order to right the metabolism, to get the metabolism functioning better, is we can watch the things that we eat and in fact give the body a chance to rest. So the health action plan, the Limitless Living Health Action Plan, has 3 tiers to its 7 pillars total. 1 is walking, 2 is fasting, 3 is strength training, 4 what we call balanced bites, or the things that we eat, 5 is our rest and restoration, 6 mental mastery, the things that we think and how we view the world and how we view food, and then organization. So we are moving through that process, and it is really a blueprint for how we get our bodies, get our metabolism back on track. And as a big part of that, we've been doing several components. One of the campaigns that we have is what's called the MOVE campaign, Metabolic Optimization via Exercise. And that is a comprehensive concept that says that if we can get our bodies moving, then we can optimize the muscles, get them functioning well, and that plays a big part in what we do in terms of our metabolic activity. The other thing is tied closely with how we fuel the body, and that's the balanced bites, the things that we eat. But fasting functions in an interesting way. There are lots of different benefits that we get, but one of the main benefits that we get from fasting is that fasting resets the system. You can think of it kind of like buying a building, an old building, buying a house, and you want to renovate the house. What do you do first? You go in and you gut it. You take out all the broken, damaged pieces, you tear walls down, you get rid of floorboards, you may cut out a piece of the roof, you may cut out a piece of beam that's there. That's what fasting does. Fasting really resets the system. It guts it, takes all of the damaged, broken pieces that aren't working, and gets it ready for all the other things that we're going to do. And so once a week, we go through fasting, and I'm going to show you here in just a minute what I'm using to start to end my fast and get into the fast. So if you're out there right now and you are fasting, if you've never fasted actually, and you're interested in fasting, join us as we move through the fasting process. We do a fast 72 hours once a week, starting on Tuesday, right about this time. After I have a team meeting that goes on Tuesday, and so we start about this time, and then we end on Friday. You get to see what I'm eating, my last meal before the fast, and then on Fridays you get to see what my first meal is after the fast. If you've been with us and you are joining us for day number 1, which is starting right now, go ahead and put 1 in the comment, the number 1. If you're joining us tomorrow, put number 2. If you're joining us on the third leg, the third day, put number 3. And of course, if you're doing an extended fast or you're doing the complete fast with us, put a T in the comments. All right, so 1, 2, 1 for the first day, 2 for the second day, 3 for the third day. And if you're doing the entire thing, go ahead and put a T in that process. Now, whenever I am talking about balanced bites, or the things that we fuel our body with, most of what I eat will start with a salad. And the reason for that is that salad gives me bulk. And I'm gonna see if I can get this down. Oop, I get it the other way. Salad gives me bulk. So let me go ahead. So you get a good picture of all the things I'm eating. So I've got a salad over here. I've got some jerk chicken that I made. And if you follow me, you know that I make jerk chicken once a week. I've got some jerk chicken, I've got some black beans, and I've got some green beans. And off to the side, I just went down to the cafeteria and I have some cheese, get that off there. We got some cheese, some eggs, and some almonds. So let's talk about these different components that you're seeing right now. Move this out a little bit. Okay. So once again, the salad gives me bulk. It gives me fiber, so that anything that I eat, the bulk and the fiber will, first of all, help my stomach be stretched and help me feel fuller longer. The fiber will blunt any carbs that I eat, other than the salad itself. Right now, I don't have a whole lot of highly processed foods here. I don't have a lot of high sugary content foods, so that's not a big issue right now. But it definitely does that. It gives me the bulk, gives me the stretch, helps me to keep fuller longer as I move through the fasting experience. Over here, the cheese and the eggs gives me protein in addition to the chicken that I have over here, which gives me protein. I've got some protein over here as well, and some additional carbs. So I've got my carbs, right? So these are carbs. I've got my fat, healthy fat, lean protein right here. Now, what I don't have, so when we talk about, let me pull this back up. When we talk about balanced bites, so remember balanced bites is whole foods, right? And most of this, what you see is whole foods. We'll go through it again. Number two, minimize processing, minimize or no added sugar, right? We have lean protein, healthy fats, starchy, non-starchy vegetables, portion sizes, portion controlled, and also we want to make sure it's tasty and flavorful, right? So let me go ahead and put that down again so you can see that entire process, right? So whole foods, right? So most of this is whole foods. Now I do have some dressing on this, and I have some dressing that's here that's not whole foods, but hey, it said, whole foods first. I've got my right, minimize the processing, minimize the added sugar. I've got lean protein, some healthy fats. I've got I don't have a lot of non-starchy or starchy vegetables, but I do have non-starchy vegetables. I've got the appropriate portion sizes, and it is smelling pretty flavorful. This I cooked last night, so if you were on our show, or if you were in our after the show meetup with the community, you remember me saying that I was going out to cook. And I see Cornelia out there. Hey, Cornelia, how are you doing? Thanks for coming through. So once again, this is what I'm eating. This is what I'm going to have as my last meal. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down again. Let's do this. And I'm going to get some of the cheese and eggs. Move this off to the side. Get some of the cheese, eggs. Oh, and there's some toasted almonds in here as well. So get some of that on the salad. Boom, boom, boom. And if you are starting the fast, go ahead and drop in the comments right now. What are you starting, or what are you ending your fast? Sorry. If you're starting a fast, what are you eating as your last meal? What are you eating as your last meal before your fast? I'll get some of this dressing on there. Okay. And then let's get to it. Boom, there we go. All right. And we just had our team meeting. So there was a question that someone asked, one of our community members. She said, I thought you fasted on Wednesday. Well, I do fast on Wednesday. I fast for 72 hours. Oh, hold on a second. Looks like my thing here went crazy. If I can get that holding up again. All right, there we go. So my tripod just had a conniption. You guys saw that? All right. I might have to prop it up on something else because it looks like my gimbal is not want to behave. So I was saying that I start fasting on Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday afternoon to Wednesday afternoon is my first day. Wednesday to Thursday is my second day. And Thursday to Friday is my third day. Excuse me. Okay. All right, so let's do this. Excuse me. Looks like my gimbal doesn't want to work properly, so I'll just hold this in my hand. So that is my fasting schedule. Tuesday afternoon to Wednesday, day 1. Wednesday to Thursday, day 2. And Thursday to Friday, day 3. So I don't start the fast at midnight. I think maybe that may be a little bit of the confusion. So that I end the fast right about noon, 1 o'clock on Friday. This is good, by the way. So once again, let me turn this over so you can see. All right, so this is my meal. And it is good, y'all. So if you're starting your fast with me right now, just drop in the comments. What are you gonna eat for your last meal? What did you eat? And then, also, what are you going to plan to eat as your first meal when you end the fast? If I can get some of these on the fork. Boom. Delicious. So once again, if you're joining me today on the first leg for the fast, go ahead and put a 1 in the comments. If you're joining me tomorrow, put a 2. If you're joining me on the third day, put a 3. And then if you're joining me on, if you're going to do the entire fast, put a T. So, the Limitless Living Health Action Plan is a comprehensive blueprint that really says that if you follow, if you walk through, if you put that structure in place, it helps with your metabolism. Helps you reverse your diabetes. It helps you right your blood pressure and cholesterol and weight and all those things get better if you walk through the plan. This is so good, y'all. Okay, Cornelia, I saw you're planning to do a tea. Go ahead and put your comment back because I missed it. I was concentrated on the food. I didn't catch the whole plan. They said you were planning to do something. I did see the tea, so you are planning to fast with us for the entire time. Yeah, that's what happens when I've got to hold the phone in my hand, and I'm not sure why my gimbal isn't working. And of course, I didn't bring my other tripod with me. That was good. So 1 for today, 2 for tomorrow. I'm planning to break the fast with salmon, spinach, and salad. Oh, okay. That sounds good, Cornelia. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to break the fast with. If you have some suggestions, anybody out there? Last week, Pam gave us the recommendations for what we break the fast with. And I think actually, I'm going to start putting those down. So who gave us the recommendation that we use for either starting the fast or the last meal before the fast or the first meal after the fast? All right, so I'm done with the salad. Let me show you that. All right. So that was delicious. You can tell I like that, right? And now we're gonna move over to the chicken. So this is some jerk chicken that I made. And some black beans and some green beans. So let's go ahead and skip some of this black beans. And this is all homemade. As a matter of fact, the salad was also homemade. So my wife made the beans and the green beans, the black beans, green beans. I made the jerk chicken. She made the salad. So I don't quite have a place set up that I like to do the cooking show. But we have done some cooking shows before called Cooking with Dr. Woode. Cornelia said that looks really good. It is, Cornelia. And healthy, right? So, um, so I've started doing some cooking on Fridays. What I was doing before, and so here's an example of changing something to align with what I say I want. So, as you heard me say, I cook jerk chicken and I cook curry once a week, right? So me and my son, that's I say it's his favorite thing, but it's one of my favorite things, and he likes it. So yeah, it's very healthy. I need to find your jerk chicken video. Yeah, it's out there. Maybe I'll link it. But I would cook on Wednesday. Well, Wednesday is like halfway into my fast. And so what would happen is I'd start cooking and I end up tasting and curry. End up tasting the food, which would break the fast. And so what I've decided to do is when I end my fast on Friday, I'll cook. And that'll be the start of my cooking week so that I'll have I have food into the next week and I don't have to worry about breaking the fast. That's the plan. That's the plan. That's what I did this week. Well, actually, this week I did something different because this was our team appreciation day today. We had to postpone it from last week. So team appreciation day. And so we cooked and brought food in for the team. And so we had a masseuse come in and give a massage, and we sat around and talked about what we appreciated about each other. This is really good. Let me show you again. Oh yeah, it is good. So my jerk chicken recipe is one that I've been kind of playing around with for a long time. And I think I finally got it. I keep experimenting on me and my son. So he would say, I changed the recipe. He's like, just do. He said, I like that one. Just do that one. I was like, no, we got to get it better. So every time, so there are times when I've cooked, and maybe, because I cook sometimes. A lot of times I cook at night, and so I'm at work, and so he comes home the next day, and when he gets home, maybe he has a snack or something, and let me. And so I'll come home and I'll walk through the door and he knows already I'm going to ask him. So he'll just jump in. He's like, so, hey, Daddy, I had the jerk chicken. It was good. Or I had the curry and it was good. He doesn't even wait for me to ask sometimes. But I think this recipe is the one I'm going to stick with. So remember, metabolism is the body's mechanism. It's how the body converts the food that we eat into energy. And so when the metabolism is dysregulated, dysfunctional, it has consequences downstream. And that's where many of our chronic diseases, chronic illnesses come from. Okay, believe it or not, y'all, I think I'm full. Remember, it takes about 20 minutes for the signal to get from your stomach to your brain. Which is why I typically eat the salad first. Because by the time I'm eating, I'm getting the rest of the stuff. The salad is in there. My stomach says, hey, I've been stretched. It's sending the signal to the brain, says, hey, you can start slowing down. But if I eat all the other stuff first, the salad never gets in there. Very good. So what I did this time, normally I make legs and thighs and wings. And this time I just did wings and legs. Okay. Let me show you what the plates look like. Ready? So that's what we had. And it was so good. So good. All right. So starting our 72-hour fast for this week. Once again, if you're going to join us today, put a 1. If you're joining us on the second day, put a 2. Joining us on the third day, put a 3. If you're doing the total, put a T in the comments. And you don't have to, if you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and just drop it in the comments, right? So you don't have to have been here right now. We want you to come when we do the pop-up live. But if you're joining us at any point during the fast, go ahead and hump in. Let's talk to each other. Drop in what you ate as your last meal. Drop in what you think you're going to eat for your first meal after the fast. Any benefits you're seeing, metabolic benefits, blood sugars that are better, blood sugar, A1C that's better, weight that's better. This morning I got on the scale, I think it says 189, 190. And so I've been hovering, between 187 and 190 over the last couple of weeks. And that's what I've been aiming for at this point. As you know, my highest weight was about 287. And so 187 for me is about 100 pounds. So I try to hover right there. There's some additional weight that I'm planning to lose. Right now, we're in our MOVE campaign, metabolic optimization via exercise. And so I'm doing some strength training, getting some body toning, and trying to work through that process, right? So this is not, and I guess let me make that point here. As we're doing this, we are doing this together, okay? We are walking through, and I want you to see literally as I'm doing this, what I'm doing and what the benefits are. Often we see the end product, and I love sometimes when I see the end product, right? Because it's okay, that's where I'm heading. But a lot of times I want to be able to kind of walk through the process with whoever's showing me. So here you are, we're doing this together. We're doing this in real time, y'all. And so here we are, 72 hours, heading to a 72-hour fast, just starting it right now with the last meal before the fast. We'll come back tomorrow, we'll do a check-in, and then of course, we'll do our show tomorrow night. Once again, we start on Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday is our first day. Wednesday to Thursday is our second day. Thursday into Friday is our third day. So that's our 72-hour fast if you're trying to coordinate your schedule with us. But thank you for being here. Remember, we're living limitless lives, which says that we're not allowing anything to prevent us from doing what we need to do. We're presenting our best selves, our best health, and our best plans. Right? This is Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and your life, avoid complications, and go to the next level. We're creating the life we've always wanted. Now go and live a limitless life, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody.